Hello guys, so in today's video I am going to show you that how we can make an website banner grabber, which we will can also say that the website info grabber. Now this tool will give us the information about the website, like on which server it's running and what are the cookies headers of the website. So we will make this tool in the Python, and the code will be very easy. It will be of the 30 to 40 lines of code, and we will use the VS Code IDE, which is very nice. So let's dive in. Firstly, we are in the VS Code and we will make our new file, which can name the banner.py. Now here our Python script is done. So here we can just import the libraries that we will use. The first one is socket. Socket is used to connect with the servers with the networking protocols like TCP4, TCP6, IP, MAC and others. And another thing that we are going to import is argparse, because we are going to take the input as the commands like we do in the Python script, like python 3, and we will just do h for host and the google.com like this. So another library that we are going to import is colorama, which is just for importing colors in our terminal. So we'll use from colorama import for style and init. So we are done, and now we have to first initialize the colorama module. So we can do init auto reset is equal to true. This will just fix some bugs and will auto reset the colors that will type in the Python code. And we will make an if statement where will be our the main Python code. So we can do if name, or we can just do printing anything like this is the website banner grabber code. So if we will run the code, we will just see this out in output, just like you can see here. And we will just make some functions to do this, and we will use object oriented programming, which we also said oops. So our main boilerplate code is written. Now for now I will just do pass, so this will not print anything and will be the code will be okay without errors. So now we will make a class just like here, and we will name is banner. Then we will do this init to get the basic things. So first we have to get the self, as you know, and then the self dot no I am doing wrong, host, and then the port. And now we will press colon, and now here we can just initialize the variable names. So we can do self dot host is equal to host, and self dot port is equal to port. So now our initialization is done for the class, and the next thing that we are going to do is making another function, which will be our main function, which is get banner. So we will pass here the self argument, which is necessary for all. And now we will use try catch statements, try except statements, so like this, and then the except exception as e, and then the print. And now we will do template returns we will use, so you can do some errors occurred. And now we will do 4 dot red, and then we can do e. So this will print the main error, that if we by chance we got the error. And now next thing we are going to do is making our bot, which can do the bot, and then the socket, and we will use the af underscore inet. So we can do socket dot af dot inet, and then this will use the TCP4, and then we will use the TCP connection method. So we can do socket dot sock stream. So we will now set the timeout by in case the URL or the IP of the host is incorrect, so it will print some error that the host is not found, like bot dot connect to. So this will wait for 2 seconds. If it connects to the host, so it will proceed the another code, otherwise it will stop here. So next we are going to connect to the host, so we can do bot dot connect, and then we will use the self dot host and the self dot port, and here we will use the is equal to 80, so the default port for the connection will be 80. And the next thing, we are going to send request to the server, which will give us the banner of the website. So we can do bot dot send all or send, and then the r, and we will use the header. We will get the header of the website or the server, and here we do use http. Now we will pass the head, which will give us the header of the target, and then we will use the http method of the version 1.0, and then here we will specify the index page by giving slash, and here like this, and here we will pass the r, and this will make the server feel like that the browser is asking for the request, but it will be our bot which is asking for the request. So next we will do the response, and this will be in the binary, so we can do b and double quotes, and now we will get the response or the banner of the website, so we can just go here, and now while true, this will be an infinite loop. And now next we will do data and the bot dot receive, so this will receive the data in the chunks, so we can do 4096, it's equal to 4 bytes I think. And now next, if we can't get the data, so it will break out of the loop, so if not data then break, and if we got the data, so we can do response plus is equal to and the data done. So till now our response will be in the binary, so if you want to convert this into the our main readable text, so we can do decoded response is equal to and response dot decode errors ignore. So this will decode the binary into the readable text, and the errors will be ignored. So now the code now our function is totally made. So now we will go here and just make the input function using the argparse, so that we can get the host name and the port. So we can do the parser dot argparse add argument parser, and now here it will be empty, and here the parser add argument, and here we will give minus h, capital H, and the host. So the type of the host name will be in the string, so we can just type str and help enter the host address. Now we will get the port, so we can do it same add argument and then the port, and again we get the port. Hey, I made a mistake, and then port, and its type will be the integer, so you can do type int and then the help enter the port of the target. So now we made the functions that will ask the input. Now we have to initialize or the end the function. So you can do args dot parser dot arg pass args. So now we will get the host name is equal to, this will be args dot host, and then the port will be the args.port. So now it's done. Now we will just do the initialization of the class. So we can just do banner is equal to banner and then the host and then the port, and then we will do the function name is get banner. So we can just do banner dot get banner, and then the host name will be the host and the port will be the port, same. And now we have to run this code, so we can just do python 3 and then the banner dot py, and then we will give the host name which we can give the just say google.com, and then the port will be 80 because the port 80 gets the http request. So you press enter, and here you can see we are getting an error. So guys, I finally fixed the code, and I made some small mistakes in the code. Like the first, I placed here the connect, but it should be the set timeout. And second one is I have written here the R, but it should be B. And here I have written the while, but it should be if. So it can't. So it can break the while loop, which will be infinite loop. And here are mistyped the name of the variable, and other things are correct. So if you just run the code like python 3 and this, so here you can see that we got the headers of the Google website web server, like it uses HTTP 1.0, and other things like the XSS protection which is 0, server is GWS, and date Friday, and other things. Let's try on another website like scanme.nmap.org scanme.nmap.org. So we got some small information like bad request, okay, so connection close, and server is on Ubuntu, and the web server is of Apache version 2.4.7. So guys, that's in all today's video. If you liked my video, so please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I will meet you next time.